welcome back to Metropole Television. This is the last part of our show this morning. Let's therefore introduce what it is that we want to talk about now. The excise revenue levied on beer has been shooting up since 2017 to date. But looking at the quantity and value of export of beer made from Malt, it rose in 2018 by 4.7% to 2.6 billion shillings, but dropped nearly 36% in 2019 to about 1.7 billion shillings. And now with the pandemic, clearly the situation is not looking so good. But how has the situation been on the premium spirits front? We're just about to find out from Alexandre HELAINE, who is Hennessy Market Manager, Eastern Africa, MOET. Alexandre, let's talk about COVID-19. Now, from the data that we see, the market is not really doing that well. How is it coping on your end?
I'm sure, as you can imagine, it affects all business around the world. And unfortunately, people who tend to join together, have parties and enjoy life was not possible for quite a long time. But hopefully, you still can do home parties with 1-2 friends, keep social distancing, and of course, drink moderately.
Pretty much. Now, what we've seen during the COVID-19 pandemic, Alexandre, is just how businesses have been forced to change their operating model just to sustain themselves and to remain relevant within your clientele. Can you tell us some of those things that you have been forced to do during this COVID-19 pandemic just to still say to your customer, look, we're still around, you can get us?
Exactly. So we changed a bit the way of communication, and it went extremely into, of course, digital. So we did a lot of trainings online. We pushed a lot the e-retail for people to be still able to consume our brands safely home. So yes, it was mostly a digital direction that we took for the last month.
Pretty much. Would you say that that is going to change post-COVID-19, or you're still going to stick with it? If it's working now, why would it work post-COVID-19?
Well, you know what we saw, it's quite interesting because due to the price point when you go out, of course you pay a bit more the bottle because you need to pay for the service, quality establishment and so on. So people, instead of buying a cheaper product, they wanted to enjoy quality product. So we saw ourselves through the e-retail growing a lot. People tend to drink Hennessy VS, or they went up to VSOP, or even sometimes to XO. So yes, we saw growth, and we will stick to that channel, which is quite important. It's very convenient. Here in Kenya, you have a beautiful system than even in Europe they don't have. It's the M-Pesa way of paying, which is just splendid, very easy, and in this moment of COVID, is splendid.
You've mentioned something quite interesting, Alexandre, at that point. You're saying that, wow, because now there has to be a balance. When you're going out, you're going to pay more, but if you order in, then there's this balance where you're getting more for what it is that you're ordering for. Do you think that that is what has helped, especially your industry now? Because if you go out, you're going to pay more for that bottle, but if it comes in, you're pretty much getting it at a lower price.
Exact, yes. You can't afford to pay less for better quality when you order through e-retail, for example. So you can enjoy a nice bottle home and not paying the double price as if you were going out.
But what is that aspect that we're losing from your experience, Alexandre, with the COVID-19 pandemic? Because I would like to think that you come with a sort of experience that goes with being out, sitting with friends, enjoying yourselves. Is that what you're saying that you're losing out now?
Yes, we're losing that. You know, it's drinking. It's also about having friends and have party, meet people, sharing experience, have a nice drink, and be able to share what you think. So yes, we're missing that a lot, and it's not only here; it's worldwide. People are waiting to go out again.
Pretty much, and I know you're very much hoping that the economy can be fully reopened, especially locally.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. All right, let's talk about Hennessy X then. Okay, can you talk to us about this brand?
So, well, today it's the anniversary of Hennessy XO, 150 years. So it's the first XO that have been created in the world. So Hennessy in 1870 created XO, and XO it's an aged cognac till 30 years old cognac. So you can imagine at that time you needed to wait a long time to see such a product coming out. So Hennessy decided, because at the beginning you had a cognac, just the title cognac, then was the VS title for very special. Then someone in England, the King of England, asked for Hennessy, I need something superior. So the very special became very superior to Old Pearl because Hennessy did that VSOP for the King of England. And then in 1870, here comes the Hennessy XO, first XO in the world. So we're celebrating today. It's all around the world. You can see that on YouTube with Hennessy.com. And there's a big show at Cognac from big artists. And you will see, I will not unveil the secret, but it's going to be splendid.
Fantastic. I want to ask you, for somebody who's listening to you, be like, wow, what we're celebrating Hennessy XO. Can you talk to me about why we need to celebrate it? Talk to me about the story behind it. We need to emphasize on that.
So, long time ago, you know that the Hennessy house is 254 years old. 254 years of know-how to do cognac. So it's one of the biggest company. And through the years, you saw the battles, you saw all the, not the good moments in life, but all those periods, they have created a wonderful product. So through history, you see the age coming. They were making those eau de vie, aging in oak barrels for many, many, many years. And you saw all those generations of the Hennessy family going through, and we are still here with the 8th generation of Hennessy. So we still have people from Hennessy family who started the business till now doing still the Hennessy. And in 1870, they created the first XO, extra old, extra mature cognac. So of course, after 150 years, it's a way of celebrating something that has been created a long time ago.
All right, just before I ask you exactly how this brand has especially been performing locally now, also talk to me, the event, how different is it going to be? Let's also emphasize on that so that we see what you could have done if we were not within the COVID-19 pandemic and now what you're now forced to do during this COVID-19 pandemic.
Correct. So we do have a small event where we invited around 10 people. So because of social distancing and so on. So we have a big screen in Emara space at the terrace, roof terrace. And we will see the show online with all our guests, what's going to happen in Cognac. So yes, unfortunately, it's a small group because we keep social distancing and everything. Otherwise, we would have done a bigger party and try to make people enjoying Hennessy XO in a broader way.
Pretty much. All right, Alexander, let's speak to those people who are not going to be part of your event or who are not going to have that pleasure of walking into a club because right now it's pretty much closed. So I'm asking you, if I want to get an Hennessy XO, how am I going to enjoy it better? What do I need to blend it with? What do I need to blend it with so I get the same experience from like just a qualified barista?
Barista. So let's be the barista of the morning. Hennessy XO, it's a very old cognac, so definitely you can enjoy it neat because it's very rich in flavors. It's very woody, it's very spicy, and big flavors in your mouth that last long. So it's neat, or you can drinking also on ice, but big ice cubes. Otherwise, the ice will melt with the cognac, and then it will be not so nice. But those two ways are beautiful for an Hennessy XO. Pretty
much. Now talk to me about how you see the local market therefore developing for you, especially in relation to Hennessy in the country.
Well, Hennessy is very well embraced in Kenya. We do very nice, and even too nice in a way, because we run out of stock quite often. Meaning that in France they cannot deliver the volume that Kenya would like to. So yes, I can say that Kenya is quite a big fan of Hennessy.
Pretty much. All right. So are we stressing much on delivery as a bigger aspect of your business now during the COVID-19 pandemic, Alexander?
Well, during the pandemic, of course, the volume went down, but we had the US that went up dramatically, too big. So a lot of volumes went to the US. Because of this, we struggle to produce enough. And we know already that the volumes will come back in 2021. So I do my best in order to get enough volume for the Kenyan market.
Pretty much. Alexander, thank you very much for taking your time to speak to us this morning.
Thank you for the invitation.
What a pleasure. And that's exactly how we come to the end of the show this morning.